Tell me a little bit about yourself, Joseph.
Of course, my name's Joseph Hudson. I'm 32 years old. Three things I primarily focus on in my life and keep me really busy is one, my children. I have a 12-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 4-year-old. So I understand the concept of responsibility and time management of getting them to school and back, and again, just an overall heavy load of responsibility. And then my second thing that spends a lot of my time on is fishing. I personally have a fishing boat, so I like to go to the outer islands to go fishing for different exotic species of fish. Keeps me, mentally stimulated, busy, happy, and fulfilled. I spend a lot of time studying throughout the day, and then, getting ready for my next trip out, which again, that's a lot of responsibility when there's, multiple laws you have to follow, and then also, safety regulations is a huge thing. The third one is especially related to this job position, is I've spent since 2012, so we're going on almost 15 years of specializing with canines. So I spent a lot of my time with canines. I understand the concept of, keeping them clean, happy, in regards to their health is a big issue, where you want to keep a clean kennel. You want to also keep them stimulated and busy by, scheduling walks and training sessions throughout the day. I definitely specialize on canine detection, as well as, pet obedience and rehabilitation with, over thousands of dogs over the years. And also we do dog boarding. Well, I also do dog boarding and dog walking, so I spend a lot of time with that. So those are a few things about myself and kind of like what wraps around my life and everything. All my time is dedicated to those three things.
And how do you lead and supervise a team of canine handlers?
Of course. So what I primarily focus on is having a set schedule for the day. Canines love a set schedule, and then that's how we're going to stay on track each day. So what I would do is come up with a spreadsheet, which would be, per hour of the day of what we're going to do. First, we're going to start with the team meeting, set out the schedule for the day and how we're going to transport, and then the training sessions that we're going to do with each canine detection handler.
Okay, and tell us about a time you improved your team's performance.
Time that I've improved my team's performance would be where we had to be more hands-on. So I kind of set up everybody in a team circle, because obviously there was a failure. So from a failure, you want to make sure there's a positive outcome. So I gathered everyone together. We kind of went over the issues related to the problem. So for example, a dog got loose. And so now we're going to take new necessary steps, such as leashing the canine at all times, where there's a slip lead on your body, and then also a clip leash on the canine at all times. Once we went over the problem, which was a canine, ran off, we then executed and performed what we need to work on now, which again is keeping the leash on the canine at all times. And then, once I showed them exactly what to do and how to do it, everyone became confident and a clear understanding, and now the whole team was on, the same thing.
And what safety protocols do you implement during canine operations?
So a couple things, some safety standards that we do with canine operations is, again, the health of the canine is most important. So you got to make sure you have water. We have food. You want to make sure that canines aren't on the vehicles for too long. And if they are, they have air conditioning. And then in the event a dog gets loose, I highly suggest, putting an air tag on each canine to make sure everyone's safe. And then we're keeping track of every canine under our care.
Wonderful. And how do you evaluate a dog's readiness for operational deployment?
That's a great question. So what you would do is, a canine's always eager to work. So you would take them out of the dog kennel, which is either in the vehicle or at the facility. You'll bring them out, and then we're going to go over, training, some training tasks where we want the dog to alert. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have them, the objects that they're going to learn on, whether that be ammunition or certain things related to bomb detection. We'll have those various items out and about. If the canine marks and does its appropriate sit, passing the object, they'll be marked and reward, and then that will show that we're ready.
Okay, and the last question I have is, how do you handle conflict between team members?
That's a great question. So, what I would do to reduce conflict between team members is definitely have an individual meeting with each team member, and then maybe have then a group meeting with the individuals that are having a hard time, and then would want to build some type of rapport with each one, where maybe outside of the job environment where there's less stress, maybe we go out to eat or something to build a relationship with one another, to then reduce the stress load. Maybe everyone gets a little more joyful and we build a better relationship.
Perfect.